Hey guys and gals, good to see you again. I want to thank you for coming out. We just got finished, been talking with a lot of people after the presentation we did. We thank you for your engagement. I also had to grab a little bite to eat, get all of our 50 kids in bed. That can take some time. So we just, we had some other thoughts we wanted to share with you. This is super exciting. Again, Christian, we're talking, we kind of see this as a movement and
Yep.
something really excited about. So I just wanted to share a few other thoughts that you know, due to time's sake, Zach, Mr. Rabbit Trail. How do you like the air quotes, Christian?
You
Mr.
even warned me. You even warned me before we got started. You're like, hey man, I'm prone to wandering, so be ready to punch me in the face, like slow me
Yeah,
down.
but most people who know me are used to it. So but due
Yeah.
to that, Christian was saying, sometimes they do like 3 or 4 of these a day, and they had one booked right after ours, which is awesome. But due to Mr. Longwind here and Rabbit Trail, we had a few other thoughts we just wanted to share with you. So yeah,
Yeah.
man.
If I could jump in for a second, I'm gonna share my screen on this. I want to really revisit this for a second because there are a couple points that I didn't make. Let me bring my window over here. Here we go. So you should be seeing the revenue graph, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. So if we look just at the last few years, this company has had a few things streamlined. Some people ask, so what's up with the all of a sudden going vertical? It's a few things. The first human clinical trial was completed and announced right before. I don't know if, can you see my cursor on the screen?
Yeah, yep.
So right here, it was announced right here, literally at the beginning of this year. So this first big jump up came after the peak performance pack human trial results were announced. This same year, another study was done, the Sterling study. It was based here in the U.S. Third-party lab in the U.S. conducted the experiment, and that's partially what accounts, I believe, for this year, and that's what the company would officially say. There's another thing happening, though. There's this mass exodus from the traditional home-based business options into Melaleuca. This has caused Melaleuca's numbers to be over 100,000 new people per month lately, and I don't know how many months in a row we've done that, but we've been at or near that clip for a while now. So part of the urgency that I wanted to build in earlier, Zach, and I missed the mark on it, and I want to make sure we cover this with your friends. We care about you guys. We like you guys. We want, if we could pick, if Zach and Allie could pick, you guys would be in front of the wave that we're making. I'm really connected. Leo's really connected. Zach's really connected. Zach and Natalie together are very connected. And you're right at today's D-Day. Like, today's it. So the exclamation point and underlining here that I want to provide, the business timing is not only really interesting and I think really compelling. Less than 3% of households in the U.S. are Melaleuca shoppers right now. If you go out on the street in your local community and you ask 20 people, 20 random people, hey, have you heard of Melaleuca? People have done this. The company actually commissioned, what do they call that? They had 1,000 people go do this. The
Like
results
mystery
were,
shopper type stuff or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, something like that. The results came back. 19 out of 20 people polled had never even heard the word, let alone heard of the store or the brand. Mellow what is the common response? That's today. So how? They've been around forever. They've been around like 500 years. How does everybody not know about them? Well, the brand hasn't been dragged through the mud. Have you ever seen? Have any of you guys, friends of Zach and Allie, have you ever seen the Melaleuca brand show up on Facebook? Yeah, have you ever seen somebody kind of vomiting at the mouth, diarrhea of the mouth, Melaleuca, 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 all over Facebook, all over Twitter, all over anything? You probably
No,
haven't.
doesn't happen.
It's very tightly controlled. Why? Because they care about their brand. They have for 30 plus years. So what's happened is it's preserved the opportunity for us to make those individual direct connections where people go, what, Mello, what? So the business timing, I feel like the streamlining of things, the additional scientific data that's coming to light the last few years, the trends, made in the US is a big trend. The going green is a big trend. Shopping online is a big trend. We get, from a business perspective, we get to capitalize on those things. The edge to me is brought about with our infrastructure, which Zach has looked at upside down and backwards and does a big one of these on. And then, yep. And then the other big edge is the timing for just being kind of at our genesis of this big push. I'm back from being overseas for a long time, just getting my running shoes on. Zach and Natalie literally started today. Been shopping a few months and started actually referring people today. Zach, I'm conflicted about this, but the comp plan, which I don't usually like to talk about, but this is like a big deal for a couple like you guys that are as influential and have as much reach as you guys have. I think this is a fair heads up to your friends. Making a move now just puts you in front of all kinds of interesting things. So even if you're thinking, maybe I'll try the brand, which I'd be like, come on, seriously? Try the brand. Seriously. Like, give it a try. You know and like and trust Zach and Natalie. They're not going to put their name, they're not going to risk their reputation on something weird, something flimsy, something temporary. So give the brand a try. Like, worst case scenario, give the brand a try. Those of you that haven't already gotten your account set up, do that. And what you'll find is you'll be at the top or near the top of a large customer organization over the next few weeks and months and years. This is a long haul decision for Zach and Natalie, for me and my family, for Leo and his family. And there's a lot of benefit available to you that we didn't really talk about in the stereotypical home business kind of a way. The other thing is, if you're considering building and you haven't yet set up your account, I'm going to encourage you to do that like yesterday, because just simply put, there are pretty massive advantages on the timing side of things. This is a matrix comp plan. So,
yeah, and that's, like you said, we didn't want to get into the stereotypical compensation plan, how that's all laid out. But basically, when I was sharing earlier how, I wanted to reach out to people one by one on people who I truly believed in, and I thought were like really had a lot of confidence. They've experienced success. The reason I'm doing that, it's like strategic, of like, these are the people I would love to run with, instead of just like blasting 8 or 9 or 10,000 people and saying, hey guys, let's all get in. But there is going to come a time, Christian, where I am going to blast the 8,000 and say, I'm going to start working that market. So people who are close running with Natalie and I, they're going to benefit from that, and it's not a hypey overflow thing. I mean, we're not guaranteeing we're going to build your business for you, or you're going to have all sorts of stuff happening under you. But, the people that we place in the organization, they have to go somewhere. And the closer you are in our foundation, the more likely chance is that they could be placed in your organization. So, but as Christian said, we started inviting people 3 or 4 days ago, 4 or 5 days ago. I can't remember. I lose track of time. But, we have several people already locking arms, ready to run with us. I have a lot more people that are talking to me. They said they're looking things over, had some questions. And so we just wanted to get this information out to you. Just some thoughts that came to mind that we thought would be beneficial to help you out.
Yeah, we're going to go conquer the world together. And
very true.
We're going to have fun.
And and Christian, really, apart from the money, like money's important, right? Like we want to take care of our families. I think everyone that wants to take care of themselves or families, like, that's healthy, right? Like, it's okay to want to take care of yourself and your family. But in the process, once you're taken care of, it's kind of like when you're on an airplane, you get the oxygen mask come down. You got to feed yourself oxygen first before you can help others. Everyone on here that I invited, I know you all are people who care about others. You want to help others around you. You care about more people than yourselves. but you can't help other people if you can't first take care of yourself, right? So I believe this business comp plan can 100% do that, Christian, and it's 100% risk free. I mean, you buy the products, you don't like them, 90-day money back guarantee, no big deal. Now, on top of that, back to the products, Christian, something that was huge was just that story about your nephew. I mean, it really does tear me up. And we have 8 kids, and to think how many times, like, it's just by the grace of God that hasn't happened to ours. I mean, we've had all sorts of, like, those little cleaning pods in the dishwasher, like, kept under our sink. Any of our kids could have climbed in and stuffed that stuff down, and it's just like, I'm so adamant now, like, all of our stuff's up high. Even though Melaleuca, I know you did a video with your son once, like, you're all like eating, basically drinking or licking the product, like, look, it's healthy, it won't hurt you. But, I told Natalie, like, I don't even know about, like, babysitters, like letting our kids stay at someone's house. Like, what if they end up under their sink? So I think another trend that we're going to see, Christian, is as more awareness comes out of Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, all these companies getting lawsuits for their products being dangerous. Like, and I always thought of Johnson & Johnson's the baby company. They're healthy, they're loving, they protect the kids. They aren't out to hurt anyone. But as people find out that's not the case, they're going to start looking for alternatives. And that's where we can be there to help people out. So I think that the positioning is great, both from a product standpoint and a business standpoint. So
another quick thought. The word is getting out, and it can be a word from you or a word from somebody else. If you haven't heard of Melaleuca before this, my guess is the next few months, weeks, months, and years, you're going to get hit several times. People are going to say, hey, why don't you come look at this? You're going to sit down on it. You're going to go, oh, Melaleuca again. He's doing it. She's doing it. They're doing it. I have so many friends that text me. They don't realize, because I was shopping here for so long, been at it, and then we were out of the country. We haven't really been around. The truth is, I haven't really made my mark yet, and I'm about to, personally, just like you. So a lot of my old friends don't know that we're here. So I get texts all the time from people around the world saying, hey, I want to show you something, and it's Melaleuca. And I always challenge them. I always give my friends a hard time until I realize they're in Melaleuca. But sometimes they text me like their checks and their numbers and stuff. I have friends that I knew, that I've known for years, that I could have referred here, who have made over $1 million in their first 2 years. I could have referred them. They totally would have said, yeah, hey, yes, sign me up. I want to do this. And you know what that would have meant for my family and I? It would have meant something like $2.25 a year residually, a couple $100,000 a year, like forever. I don't want to let that happen anymore.
Yep.
So fair
absolutely. And we don't want that to happen for our friends. So
So Zach, there's bound to be 3 or 4 or 5 of the guys, your friends that were on earlier, that are going to be like, nope, not doing it. I wonder if we could just ask. We're not going to try to talk you into it. We're curious. The few of you that will say no, because there's always a few. Why? Do you mind sharing why? As a friend, just saying, here are the 2 or 3 reasons why I'm like a hard pass, dude. No, leave me alone. So if you have that going on, let us know.
Definitely. And as Christian said, we'll still love you in a loving way.
Totally.
With everything we've researched, Christian, I truly believe this is the best thing for people to make additional income without getting hurt and without any risk. So
yep.
The products are awesome.
Yep. Really good stuff. Okay.
Well, thanks for getting on. So friends, if you're seeing this again, thank you for watching it. Reach out to Natalie and myself. We have a lot of people that said they're going to get back with us over the next day or two. And, we want to get you positioned right, and we want to lock arms and run with you. And we have big goals, and we want to take you with us because we're going to help you achieve your big goals as well. So get back with me and let us help you get started.
Sounds good. Thanks, Zach.
Thanks, Christian. See ya.